Hey, Jovan here with your free MLB Extendo clip play for Friday, August 15th, 2025. Now, you know it's a Pick Dawgz. We love giving out free picks. But if you want my best bets, the best that I'm putting in today, go to the website, pickdawgz.com, where you can find my or one of other world-class handicappers' picks for today. Now, let's do a little bit of house cleaning like we always do. And yeah, the slide continues for this Extendo clip. That's 5 straight losses after last night's Washington Nationals first 5 -1/2 at plus 195. They ended up losing, well, they ended up winning 3-2, but they were losing at the end of 5-2-1. It was a pitcher's duel. I did expect Brad Lloyd to do what he did, but I didn't expect Jesus Luzardo to only give up 1 run. They actually did get to him. They chased him out of the game in the beginning of the 7th. He didn't record it out, and he ended up on paper giving up 3 runs, which if he had done that in the 5th inning as opposed to the 7th inning, we would have been in business, but that didn't happen. So the Nationals walked away with a 3-2 win. Wouldn't have been an Extendo clip play if we had a full game, because with the Extendo clip, we had to have it be, if it's a underdog, had to have it be -1.5 on the run line. So either way, you know, I was keen on that game. I liked the play. The read was a good read, but it just didn't come to fruition. You know, and that's how it's been with most of these losses, except for one, that Toronto's play a couple nights ago, where it was the right read, we was on the right track, and you know, it just didn't come to fruition. Team gives up a lead in the 5th inning, or you know, because they have been the first 5 plays lately for the most part. So we're on the right track. It's just that, you know, the execution has to be there from the teams that we're selecting. You know, and that's what you have to deal with. That's what you have to, you know, rely on. You have to rely on other people to get the job done, and that hasn't been happening. So we'll get there. We fall to 11-16-1 for the Extendo clip. We're still in plus money, plus 174, but a couple more losses and we'll fall out of the green. So with tonight's play, we got to get it cracking. How about that? The 2-team parlay also didn't hit. Damn Mets. Getting involved with Mets games have been the bane of my existence. You know, pegging for over, it's a 4-3 final with 2 pitches that should have been lit up. You know, so it is what it is. So let's move on. And we were going to move on to continuing our top 20 running backs for the upcoming 2025 season. And we are going to go from 11-6. We're getting to the top 5, but we're falling right out of that right now. And we are going to start with number 11, and that would be Aaron Jones from the Minnesota Vikings. Number 10. Number 9, Joe Mixon, Houston Texans. Number 8, Kyren Williams for the Los Angeles Rams. Number 7, Jonathan Taylor for the Indianapolis Colts. And number 6, Christian McCaffrey, should have a bounce back season, for the San Francisco 49ers. Don't argue with me, don't debate with me, debate with somebody else about that list. We'll move on to the Extendo clip play of the day, and let's just face it, we got to start the bleeding with this one. We are going to go to my hometown, Boston, Massachusetts, where the Miami Marlins are facing the Boston Red Sox. Sandy Alcantara versus Lucas Giolito. And these are 2 ball clubs that have been struggling as of late. Miami 1-5 in their last 6 games. And Boston 1-4 in their last 5. They just came off an extended road trip, traveled with rest. And as opposed to the Marlins, who this another city, they no rest. They just got drugged by the Cleveland Guardians of all teams, 9-4 last night, and I expect Sandy Alcantara to do what he's been doing the majority of the season, which is give up runs. In his last 2 starts, he's given up 11 runs in a 12-inning span. A couple starts before that were strong starts, but I don't expect for him to right the ship against a Red Sox team who have generally been hitting the ball well this last stint of games. They haven't, but they've been facing pretty stiff competition. San Diego, Houston, teams like that in the last 2 series, where this is where the downswing has resided. And they're taking a major step down in class with this Marlins team. Let's just face it. So they should get to Sandy Alcantara. They should put up a big number against him and a bullpen who's posting a 6+ ERA in the last 10, last 5, a 7+ ERA. And so if they're not going to get to Sandy, they should get to this bullpen. Either way, I expect a big number out of them. Lucas Giolito on the other side, he did give up 4 2/3 in his last start against Houston. Or was it? No, against San Diego, rather. And it's a situation where he's been pitching so good this whole season that I'm going to give him a mulligan for that last start and say that he's going to bounce back in a nice way. So with all being said, the Red Sox, they throw some lefties, out in that lineup, that should be able to get to Sandy. Sandy, both sides of the plate, against both sides of the plate, has been getting rocked, but more so with some force against lefties. They've been hitting them for some power. So we are going to roll with the Boston Red Sox -2 at +148 odds. Just a situation where I believe the Red Sox, they should bounce back nicely with a day of rest and get the job done and win by multiple runs, win by specifically 3 runs. So we could get a push at -2 with that. There's no halves involved. So let's reiterate this one real quick. That'll be the Boston Red Sox -2 at +148. Book it, cash it, do what you got to do with it, but go to the website, pickdawgz.com, where you can find my or one of our other world-class handicappers picks. Now smash that like button. Let's get this money and hit the book where it hurts.